Hey, it's Fitch Vision. I just wanted to just express my what's been going on with me. I usually don't like to really share a lot about like the things that I've been going through. I do, record and things like that, but I did post about having a casting my shows for August. Those who do know me know I don't, slack on my performances. I perform regularly. I'm out there, sharing my message, sharing my music. And it was, a struggle for me. I just want to be honest, and it's been eating me alive. Like I want to be able to perform, and it's not like I can't. It's just like I'm in a space where I needed to reset, and and be okay with that. For a while, I just been even through the pandemic, I was just hustling, 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 writing and work on my craft, and it did lead to a lot of burnout. There's been times I wasn't really eating, times where I wasn't really sleeping, times where I was just all over the place mentally, just like scatterbrain. And I realized that, like, hey, like, you need to reset. Like, you need to really reset. I told myself, because, like, if you don't reset, like, you're not gonna be good to for no one. So I decided to take a reset, and that's something that was hard for me, because as someone who is promoting mental health and mental health wellness, I need to really start adhering to my own advices. And quite frankly, I was on honestly spiraling, because a lot of people don't know, like, that I suffered, but I get depressed a lot. That sometimes I just don't want to be here, and that's the honest truth. And it's like I know that, like, I'm here for a reason, and I know I have a purpose. But there's been times where I just it just feels easier to just escape and not be here, and not have to deal with, being an artist, always having to deliver and pour out something, and not knowing that if I'm gonna get a return on my, what I mean, and the songs I'm pouring out. Now I'm realizing that it's planting a seed for someone to help them get through, and this, it became a job for me, and I think that's why I had to really backtrack a little bit, because I didn't want it to be a job for me, and I let my music be something that is some like I made it like a 8 to 5, and I didn't enjoy it. And even though I had so many ideas, and I've been writing more than I ever been, um, ideas pouring out, like a faucet that's not been turned off, and that's been amazing to be able to just continue literally pour out my emotions to music and have that as an outlet. And it's been freeing, for me, and therapeutic and cathartic. But and that's also it's been hectic mentally, like for me. I don't really take the chance to take a day off. I decided to take a day off today. I needed to take time for me, and today's been like a I've been working on songs, but I also been having my moments where I'm just like, I took nap, and a nap, and I'm just like, it's a chill day for me. Like, I don't have to stress myself. For what reason? Like, I think for me, the reason why I was so depressed is because it's nothing I know. It's because I have a high expectation of myself, and I have a high expectation of what, like, I want to accomplish, and I never want to leave anything on the table. And for me, that's always been a struggle for me, wanting to do more. Like, I always feel like I'm not doing enough. And even when my therapist was speaking to me last week, she was like, well, you're already doing a lot. So it's like, and sometimes I don't believe her, because my music is something that it's a 24-hour thing. It's like constantly making music, putting out music, promotion, gigging. It's a whole thing, and especially someone who doesn't have a team, it's a lot of pressure on me to be able to find gigs. Reach out to people, potential um people, in order for me to be put in spaces where I can diversify my audience, in the sense of like finding the people who may be interested in the music that I do, and and hoping that it's a good a connection there. But it's a struggle. It's always a constant grind, and I just been experiencing a lot of burnout. And I admit that like it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help. And because I am expressing it here live unfiltered, I just feel like I wanted to give you an update, and I thank everyone who decided to reach out to me, whether it was DM or comment or phone call. Just I just want to thank you, because it just allowed me to realize that I excuse me, that I'm here for a reason, and that I don't have to like worry like that my music is in vain, or just I'm putting out music and it's not, making, doing numbers, or it's not like reaching people. I just realized that, it's not about me. It's really about like, my purpose of like providing, space for people who are struggling to know that there is healing. No matter what trauma they've experienced, there's always healing, and there's always like a light at the end of the tunnel, and they're worthy to be here. So with that being said, it's like, I honestly felt empty. Like I was dissatisfied. I'm like, I wasn't really satisfied where I was mentally in the just, in my career. I wasn't satisfied with one career, and one with my finances have been all over the place, and it's been hard. It's not been easy, and I just want to admit that. And it's like, for me, I just want I just want to be happy, and like for me, making music makes me happy. Obviously, like I would love to do it every single day, which I attempt to do, work on music every single day. Like, and it's just, sometimes being away from that performing, it gets me down. It does get me down. I can't wait to start performing again, but I know that I just need the time to reset, stay grounded, and be able to just process my emotions and my thoughts, and continue having conversations with my therapist about it. Like I told her yesterday, honestly, like I had thoughts, suicidal thoughts this past couple of days, and it's just been haunting me, honestly. And I'm just speaking it out loud, because I just want people to know that I struggle with depression too. Like I'm not just a rapper who speaks about mental health and is not struggling. Like the reason I speak about mental health is because I too struggle with that. It's not something I do for people to feel sorry of my struggle, but I want people to know that if you're facing the same thing, like, hey, like, you're not alone. And I just want to remind you that you're not alone in your struggle, whether it's mental abuse, whether it's physical abuse, anything that you're going through, you're not alone, and that you can always get the help that you need when you actually pick up the phone and decide to reach out to someone who can hold space for you and can give you the tools to get better, because you deserve that, and I deserve that too, which is the reason why I've reached out to, um, to a couple of people, and I had conversations with them. I just had a men's call, and it was amazing to be able to just share, like, hey, I'm not doing okay, and, every day's another challenge. Every single day is, another, uh, another, milestone or a challenge, or another mountain, if you will. But it's constantly like fighting. Like there's been days I just been crying. Like I listen to a motivational video, I start crying. I read a book and I start crying, and I'm just thinking about my purpose, what I'm doing here, in this world. What am I here to contribute? I'm always thinking about not leaving things on the table, and that's been all those things in my mind is overwhelming me. And it's like now I'm really taking stock of like what success looks like for me. And when I get trapped in comparing myself, which is the reason why I have been off socials a bit, here and there I've been, but not really, because I just sometimes it's good to just have the space to be able to not digest some of the stuff on social media. At least for my mental health, it's been helpful for me not to like quickly go on and check my DMs and stuff like that, and wanting to respond back right away. It's good for me to just like have that time for me, and that's what I've been doing lately. And I'm glad that, I'm able to just be honest with you and be real. Like, there's times I feel empty, dissatisfied, worthless sometimes, not enough. Um, And I want to remind you that, like, if you're listening to this, that you are enough, that you don't have to settle for less than you deserve, and that you can get the help, you can reach out, and that there's resources always available to you, if you seek them out. I just wanna thank you for listening. I just wanna again be honest with you. Like, life is not always gonna be this straight path. There's always gonna be twists and turns, and I just wanna say, like, if you're in a season where you're questioning yourself, you're questioning your self-worth, and you're figuring out, like, what am I here to do? Like, really sit down with yourself and really ask yourself, like, what are you talented at? And I know I'm kind of like all over the place mentally, but when I was able to really discern of, like, what my mission is tied to music. It's tied to me having a message of hope, resilience, and that people can really, from my story, that they can overcome anything that any hardships that they've been through. And for me, that's always been something that has always been a message of mine in my music, of overcomer. Like, I am victorious. Like, anybody's gonna come on my way, they're not gonna stop me, kind of thing. That's the type of music I make, and I make empowering records and anthems to remind you of your self-worth, and remind me of my self-worth. And I have a single coming out next this month. Be on the lookout for that. It's called I Am Enough As I Am, Yes As I Am, because it's a reminder to me that when I was going through my suicidal moments, I needed to hear I am enough, and I had to write it down several single times. As much as that, it was hard to write it, to actually believe that I was enough, and to look at myself in the mirror and say with confidence that I am enough, like, I am enough. And, it's really empowering to be able to speak that out loud, and not be afraid to say it out loud. And I hope that when you do, hear the single, that it will help you to feel like you're worthy of being here, and that it empowers you to share the record, and to listen to the message, as a reminder when you're feeling like you want to give up on yourself, when you're feeling like times are tough, when you're feeling like things are not going the way you think they should be, or, go. Remind yourself, hey, I am enough. Like, this too shall pass. Like, it's gonna be okay. And I get choked up talking about this, because, like, I wasn't always never this strong person. Like, you're seeing in front of you, like, it took a lot of inner work to be able to just be in a place now where I'm completely, like, being who I am, regardless of people who say this or that. It's like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not here to get validated by people. Like, I'm really here to be a vessel, to be able to help people who have been struggling. And I want them to know, like, hey, like, you're not the only one, but you're not alone. Like, I hear you, I feel you. As an artist, I go through that too. Like, just because I have recording artists in front of my my handle, that doesn't mean that that I'm not exempt from any challenges. It's like, no, like, every single day I push myself to get up. I push myself to, like, get up and go to the gym. I push myself to go to work. I push myself to write a song. I push myself to go to the studio. There's been times where I'm like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, because I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling like I could be doing more. I'm tired of feeling like empty, like there's more that I can do, but I'm not. That I'm afraid of, walking to my purpose fully, and whatever else ways that I know I can. And this is this fear of the unknown, and the fear of complacency, and this fear, and all this fear it just been driving me crazy. And I just want to tell you, like, if you're feeling empty, like, to fill your cup, and I noticed, my friend was saying, I can't fill from an empty cup, and it's like, that's so true, because I've been pouring out my music, and sometimes it just feels like I'm pouring, and it's like, I'm not sure if it's reaching people, I'm not sure if it's not, and I always question myself, like, if I'm not, doing, what I'm supposed to be doing in regards to my music career, or feeling like I need to be at this level, at this stage in my career. But I also realize this is a season, and I won't always feel this way. A couple of years from now, I know, like, I'll be further, there'll be more music out, there'll be more lives that I'll be able to change with my music, because the fact that I took a chance on me and I didn't give up on myself. And I want to remind you not to give up on yourself, because you are here for a reason, regardless of what people may say. I just want to remind you, like, you're enough. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for holding space. I thank you for your time, for this supporting, even by listening. Like, that's such a big deal for me, because if I'm able to just change, I would always tell myself, if I'm able to change one person's life through my music, then I did my job, and that for me is success. Like, I don't need a Grammy, I don't need a Grammy award or anything like that, like a top single. Like, I really, like, honestly could care less about accolade. Like, for me, I don't care. Like, I want to be able to make a difference in someone's life through my music, and that's the reason why I go so hard, because, like, music has been my therapy, and I want people to know, like, you're not alone. Like, I'm also facing it too. Like, I feel empty, I feel dissatisfied, I feel like I'm not enough, I feel like I always could be doing 100% more things that I'm not doing right now. But I'm also knowing that I'm growing as an artist and as a human being. Like, I have times when I need to reset and really focus on, like, taking time to assess, like, okay, what do I really want to be in life, and what kind of legacy I want to leave. And that's something that I want to remind you. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is kind of like a long, not rant, but I've been just expressing how I felt. Like, I didn't feel good. Like, I was depressed, I was suicidal, I was not feeling okay. And I know, like, there's something that I have to do in this world in order for people to know, like, that they are worthy to be here. And that's why I told myself I can't give up on myself, because, like, I didn't really know, like, there were people, like, waiting for something that I'm able to say. Not saying I'm a savior, but I'm just saying that sometimes people are waiting on your gift to give them a way out, because there's so many people who live these quiet, desperate lives of, like, they want to be, like, freed from, like, this mental chain, so to speak, and they can't do it because they're waiting for someone to be an example. That's what I mean. So, like, I want to be the example for them, to say, like, hey, I'm struggling, but hey, you know what I mean? I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting for my life. I'm still going forward, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's not about me, and it's not about the music. It's really about, like, what, the healing from those lyrics. It's not about me, like, getting some kind of whatever, but for a award or recognition. It's like, no, like, I want people to know, like, hey, there's someone just like me who's also struggling, but has also made it out. Like, that's my main thing, and I'm honored to be able to be that for someone else. Thank you, I really appreciate that, because there's been times I wake up and I don't want to be honest, I don't want to be here. I honestly, there's been times I feel like I don't want to be here. And I've been writing about it a lot in my music. And I just had a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me, like, oh man, You know what? People are gonna see me like this, but oh wow, cause I'm honestly, this is real. Like I can't. This is why I didn't want to have this all planned out. I just literally turned the camera on and I'm like, I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I'm gonna be out of everyone's way. Not I'm gonna be on to the my next things. But I just want to be honest. Like I don't want to be fake. I don't want to live a life where I feel like I'm just playing a role in a movie. I'm always like on a adhering to someone's script. Like I'm able to write my own, and for so long I lived somebody else's narrative. And I wasn't happy. Alright, I'm gonna cut it out. Cut this short, but because I'm attempting to process my what I'm going through, and I guess that's the reason why I didn't know I was gonna get this deep into it, but I think it's for a reason. I think because I'm holding on to a lot of baggage from the past that sometimes I can't let go, and every day I'm fighting to like let go of those inner demons and to continue to remind myself like everywhere, like every time I step in a building that I belong there. For so long I used to hang my head like I didn't belong anywhere. Sometimes, I feel like people think, yeah, just because, you smile and stuff like that, you joke around and things, you jump in acting like a fool, they think everything's okay. It's like, it's okay. It's good. It's a good mask that I put on, and I'm done playing. I'm playing a role. I'm just gonna be honest, and my next record that I'm putting out is gonna be honest. I can't live a life of of a fairy tale. Like my life has never been easy, and I'm thankful that I'm able to have those moments that I've overcome them, but through community. But I'm also happy that like I'm able to express it. Thank you, Steph. I really appreciate you, because I think a lot of people don't know like being an artist, being an artist is not easy. It's really hard being an artist nowadays because it's so much. Besides the whole comparison that I do, it's just like always wanting to measure up to this person got this, and this always wanting to be, someone else besides myself, and living through wanting to live somebody else's life thinking they got it good. But man, like people have their own share of issues. And I don't want those issues, but because I have my own baggage, and I'm grateful that like I can release that baggage in my music and not have it, not use it for bad, like not use it to hurt people or entice people to do things that to lead them to suicide. There is a lot of my music it's the real deal. It's raw. Like I tell how I feel, and sometimes it may come out really strong, and people might think like, wow, like he's, this is this, dark depressed person, but it's like, no, I'm really expressing how I'm feeling, and I can't. And I told my therapist like I didn't want to say certain things in my lyrics because I didn't want people to think like I was promoting suicide. When a person like me, I just released a song called "I Would Not Commit Suicide." Like, so who would I be to entice people to kill themselves if I have a single called "I Would Not Commit Suicide"? I just realized that my music is very telling of the dark places I've been, especially during the pandemic, and it's a reminder that like I don't have to live in that dark space anymore. Like I could live without being chained. I can live a free, innocent life of like victory. I can walk in my new power. I could walk in my new identity. I really appreciate you, Steph, and I'll take you on that offer. Because sometimes I feel like, excuse me, it's hard. Sometimes I think that people don't understand, you know, when it comes to mental health and being an artist, just the pressures of, having to, wanting to be, like, what do you call it? Like my friend was saying, people, you need to be put together. People, you could just be your authentic self and things. But there's always a time where I'm like, oh, I gotta put it on a role, like I'm in a movie, and it doesn't feel real for me. And I already know, like, when I have my next performance, I know I'm gonna break down because I've been holding on a lot of stuff in, and and it's gonna come out however it comes out, and I'm okay with. I've been okay with crying in public. I really, because for me, I'm not. I'm not the one to judge someone if they're breaking down, because I know that it's strength to be able to break down and be able to like process something that you're going through and still be able to hold your head up and say, I know I'm breaking down right now, but like I will be okay. Like, someone said this to shall pass. And even though I won't always feel like this down in the dumps, like I can play something of my music and I can just uplift myself with a song. And I'm grateful for music that has been such a saving grace for me when I was in my dark moments. And I'm thankful that I have that gift of music to meditate and process my emotions. But I just it's been hard, it's been difficult, but I'm here for a reason. And I know that my struggles are not gonna be in vain. My music is not in vain. I know my music is meant to help other people, and that's why I keep doing it. No matter how hard it gets, I want you to know that you're here for a reason. That I'm here for a reason, and yeah, we can get through it together. And we're in a show that says we rise by lifting up others, and as a reminder that the reason why I rise is because I'm lifting up people with my music, and I'm not tearing them down. I'm building them up to say, hey, you're a warrior. You had it rough, but you know what? You're on the other side. You're still here. So that says a lot. And I thank you again. I just needed to air that out. Like, I feel like a burden has lifted off my shoulders. I thank you for listening and holding space. I thank everyone for supporting. I think this is one of the singles that got, a lot of views on my Spotify, which I was really surprised. But I thank you for listening to my single "I Will Not Commit Suicide." My new single's coming out soon. I am enough as yes I am. And I'm gonna keep on putting out music, and I'm gonna keep on sharing my message, and I'm gonna keep on being authentic, because I don't know how to be anything else but me. And I understand people are not gonna like the content, the music, but my music is not for everyone, and I admit that my music is dark, and sometimes it is depressing, and that is my niche. I make depressing music, but my music is depression, but it's also depression with wings. You know what I mean? It's not like depression where, you know what I mean, with clipped wings where it's not able to fly. It's like, no, it's like I went through this, low moment, but I'm elevated now, and that's my music. It's always been that way, and I just hope that it inspires you to keep going. Thank you.